everybody, Rob here with Chai and Coaching. Thanks for joining us again. I got my buddy Kaushik here for another episode. We got some delicious chai and some samosas, and so thanks for joining us. Kaushik, why don't you introduce yourself? Where are you from in India, and where have you studied in India?
Hey guys, I'm from Bangalore, India. I studied my engineering at RV College, Bangalore, and then I came to the US for my master's, and now I'm doing my PhD.
So today we're covering both master's and PhD. Differences, similarities. So Kaushik's unique. He's completed his master's, now he's doing his PhD. So just kind of take us along that journey. Start us what brought you to the US for master's, where you did that, and then what brought you to Texas. So kind of walk us along.
Okay, so I'm sure you know that Indians, they do this engineering thing always, and everybody likes doing engineering. When I did engineering, it was kind of boring, but during the end of the 8th semester, I thought something clicked for me. It was very interesting to do research, so I wanted to join graduate school. That's why I came to a master's in the US, and I joined Indiana University, Bloomington, because it was close to family.
Where's your family at?
Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which family members are there?
My sister's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So that was good. Mm-hmm. And Indiana University is a great place.
What are some ways you would describe that university?
It has like everything, any subject or discipline that you can think of, and the whole town is like a campus town, so everything is walking distance. So that's a plus. That's a huge plus. And there's also fun things to do around there. Lots of fun things to do around there, both academic and not.
So, how would you describe your master's experience compared to academics in India? What were some of the differences between doing a master's versus studying in India?
The key difference is that in India, I don't want to diss India too much, but sometimes it feels like the teacher doesn't know what they're talking about, and that they're just reading off a textbook. However, but that's not true for all teachers. Don't get me wrong. It's not true at all for all teachers. I had some very good teachers in my undergrad. In masters, everything is critical thinking. So they're very thorough with their background knowledge, and if you enjoy learning, you're going to learn a lot. It's going to be a very enjoyable experience. For me it was very much.
And how long did it take you to do your master's here in the US?
It took me about a year and a half. The standard timeline is 2 years.
Okay.
But a year and a half into it, I got my PhD unofficially.
Okay.
So I joined the research lab before it became official 6 months later.
Okay. So you kind of got a head start.
Yeah. So I stopped taking classes. I finished all my classes 1 year into it. I just took some classes for the sport of it for the next semester. So.
Great. And so then what led to your transition from doing a master's to doing PhD? A lot of people just will do their master's, stop, go work. Why did you want to pursue PhD in America?
That's an excellent question. So for some time after I finished my master, I did the job search. And I got big offers for, I'm not going to say how much, but big amounts of money.
Very humble.
Big amounts of money, but the job title wasn't satisfying. So I wanted to go forward with my education. So that's why I chose to do my PhD. That's not an obligation, okay? If you do you. if you think you want to do that, it's not by any means no fun. You can do it. It's good. It's good fun. It's good money. You'll enjoy life. So don't think you have to go into a PhD. A master's is plenty.
Now tell us the story about what you were in Indiana. Now you're in Texas. Where'd that transition come from?
So in Indiana, like I said, I was already an unofficial PhD student. The transition came from my advisor wanting to move to Texas because the field that I'm in, the research output at UT Dallas is better than in Indiana.
Okay.
So he wanted to move there. So he asked me if I wanted to move. I said, heck yeah. So that's how I got here.
Somos elegir. So, besides research, what are some major differences that you would say are between not only just living in Indiana and Texas, but even just the university? What are some maybe pros and cons of both, or differences? How would you compare Indiana and UTD and living in Dallas and Bloomington, so people can kind of get a picture to compare both the places and both the colleges?
So like I already said, Bloomington is a college town. So it's an 1,800 acre campus approximately. It's huge.
Wow.
It's gigantic, and your whole life is going to be about campus activities if you go there. In UT Dallas, it's not the same. Dallas is a big city, very big city, lots to do, and the university is relatively much smaller.
Okay.
And it's mostly, for me at least, the way I've seen it so far, it's engineering centric. It's more academic.
Okay.
More academic. Indiana, not more academic, more engineering centric.
Okay.
Indiana was more diverse. Like they did psychology, they did all kinds of things. Here, all I hear about is computer science, other kinds of scientific research, which I'm happy about because I like that. So it's good for me.
That's great. What is the maybe job market different like in Dallas compared to Indiana?
Oh, Dallas job market is 100 times better than Indiana. You're not going to find any jobs in local Bloomington. I mean, I'm not going to say any, maybe one or two.
But more difficult.
Yeah, more difficult.
But more options in Dallas.
Way more options in Dallas, yeah.
That's cool. Now, do you have any friends back in India who've done their master's or PhD in India? Do you know anyone there? Hearing their experience and comparing it to your experience, what could you share about that?
Okay, so the master's experience in India is cool, just like my undergrad was. The real difference is that they don't really test you. They don't test your knowledge. They don't test your creativity. They test how much you know about the books that you're reading from, which I think anyone can do, honestly. That's the problem. That's the big problem. So that's what I noticed as the major difference between here and India.
It's a good thanks for sharing that observation. Now, and how long does it take to do a PhD on average in US?
4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 years. So master is about 2 years average, PhD 4 to 5 years average.
Like my advisor did it for 7 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I couldn't go that long.
Geniuses do it in 3 years.
Okay.
My dad did it in 3 years.
So your dad's a genius.
For sure, yeah.
Great. Very good job, Uncle. Awesome. So with Chai and Coaching, we're all about helping international students to succeed in America. We want to build bridges and foster community cross-culturally. what tips would you have for people preparing to come to the US to either come do their master's, do their PhD? What any other tips you would have for them to consider to be successful based on your experience so far?
Most importantly, be prepared financially. It's going to be hard out here financially. Things are going to seem very expensive, but don't convert from dollar to rupees. That's not how it works. And second, when you come here, if you take courses, it'll be overwhelming at first because they're going to have really difficult assignments. But you should know that most of the times your peers are doing as bad or as good as you.
Don't worry too much.
Yeah,
You'll be
don't worry.
okay.
Yeah. And so just treat it as a fun thing to do. It's a good learning experience.
What's been maybe one of your favorite memories or a highlight of doing a PhD in the US so far?
Oh, that I got to meet some very, very big people in the field that I work in.
Can you share more about that?
Okay, they might not recognize the names, but I work in artificial intelligence. So if you're going to take artificial intelligence, there's a book by Stuart Russell, and his student is Ronald Parr, and he's a co-author in one of my first papers. So
wow,
you get to meet big people if you do it well. Yeah.
Awesome. Any other final tips or suggestions or warnings for people who are looking to come to the US?
Classes are going to be overwhelming at the start, but I swear they'll get easier. Don't worry about it, don't stress about it, and no one cares about grades. If you get a B, if it's in your resume, the job interviewer won't ask you, why did you get a B? They'll just ask you questions that they would normally ask anyone else. And if you do well on that, it's fine. It's fine, it's good. They'll hire you.
Awesome. Well, Kaushik, thanks so much, buddy. Great insights, thanks for sharing your experience and wisdom, and we're going to sign off here and enjoy some more of our chai and samosas. Thanks for joining us with Chai and Coaching, guys. Hey friends, thanks for joining us again at Chai and Coaching. Hope this will help you to be successful as an international student here in America. Please subscribe, like, follow, share, comment below or on our other platforms online, and continue the conversation, help each other out. So yeah, it was great having you join us at Chai and Coaching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.